What's good, McKinley Squad, and welcome back to another video with your boy, who is me, KV McKinley. Yes, sir. Hope everybody's doing well on today. And if this is your first time watching, I say welcome to the McKinley family. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man, so y'all already know what it is, man. We finna get right back into these recaps. We got Power Book 2, Season 4, Episode 9. And man, oh man, this was a tough one right here, bro. Y'all stay tuned, man. We finna get right into it. Before we get right into this video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Now let's go ahead and get into this recap. Yes, sir. So, like I said in all the rest of the recaps, there will be spoilers. So if you have not watched the episode, go ahead and click off until you watch it. Now, unless you want to be spoiled, that is up to you. Cool? Cool. Now, let's get into this recap, man. So, straight out the gate, it seems like Carter and Noma are already putting their plan in motion. Carter calls Tariq and basically lets him know to meet up with this guy at an amusement park. Noma ended up telling Monet the same thing, as well as the Russians. And before I get into the rest of that plan, let's talk about that family dinner. Man, I don't know about y'all, but as soon as I seen they were all sitting at the table, I was sitting there waiting. I was like, yes, I love these family dinners because it gets so messy. And boy, it was headed that way. I was just waiting on Monet to actually mention the fact that her and Noma were messing around with Mecca at the same time. So I was like, even though they hinted at it at episode 10 of season 3, they never really talked about it, you know what I mean? So hearing them talk about it at the table, I was like, yeah, y'all need to get into this right here. I think I was very curious as to what Diana was gonna say at the table, but she was kind of chill for the most part. And honestly, for a split second, I got kind of distracted and I totally forgot that Noma and Carter were formulating a plan. Because for a minute, I really actually thought that Noma was actually being genuine with Monet. So when I realized that she wasn't and she told her to go to the same spot that Tariq was at, I was like, oh man. And it was a good thing Drew and Diana were listening to that conversation at the bar when Kane came around, because if they didn't, it would have been a wrap, bro. Because them Russians came out blazing. And at one point, they had a really good plan going. Tariq and Monet saying, let's just pretend we did and stuff. So I was like, okay, this could actually work. But later on, we see how that ended up. But we'll get into that in a minute. So y'all, I'm not gonna lie. When I saw that Effie got into the engineering program, I thought this was her last episode. Because if you ever think about all movies and TV shows, it's as soon as it's the person is about to get out the hood or about to escape the life, they end up dying. I mean, think about Ghost. He was finna be lieutenant governor, and that same night that he got announced as lieutenant governor, what happened? He died, and he was killed by Tariq. That's what I'm thinking about Effie. I'm like, she's getting into this engineering program, but she's still in the life, but she wants out. I don't think this ends well for her. Personally, I don't think this ends well for her. If Courtney Kemp ends up getting her a happy ending, then so be it. But personally, I feel like she's about to die. That's just me personally. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. One thing the episode did show me was that Drew isn't an op. This whole time I thought he was pretty much was an op until this episode. So it kind of showed me he wasn't. And then what also I learned is Kane does not have a plan. So I kind of already figured he didn't, but a part of me wanted to believe he did. So this whole time, he really had no plan to flip on Noma. He was gonna be married to her and then just be the business guy for real. I mean, I honestly thought he was gonna flip and then, be back in the family business with Monet. But it turned out he didn't really have a plan. This man had no idea what was going on. He was really getting ready to seriously just marry Noma on a serious level. I really thought bro had a plan, but he was really being used and he did not know. That's just crazy. So as it turns out, Kane really isn't as smart as we thought he was. Oh boy, Kane, I'm sorry, bro. I don't know about y'all, but I can never take Tariq seriously when he's having his little anger outbreaks. Bro, and they're talking, I'm Tariq freaking St. Patrick. Watching him knock stuff over in that warehouse, I'm sitting there laughing the whole time. I'm not even taking him serious. I'm like, he just looks like a kid having a tantrum. Like when Tariq gets angry, I can't take him serious. I just can't. Like I know he's a killer, he'll kill whoever he got to, but it's just like I just can't take him serious. Because honestly, I feel like he's still alive based on luck. Because bro can't fight. And I think that's probably one of the most annoying characteristics that he doesn't have is that he can't fight. And I just be like, every time he gets into an altercation with somebody and they end up getting physical with him, he can't fight at all, bro. I'm like, you can't throw one lick of a hand. And at one point, I thought he could fight when he was fighting Brayden, but then I realized Brayden really can't fight either. He need to take some self-defense classes or something. This Tariq is always getting pieced up, bro. Like, every time. I think that's why I can't take him seriously, like, as a gangster, because he ain't built for it, for real. He'll shoot you, but he can't fight at all. And I think that's why I just be like, yeah. And speaking of Brayden, it is just really crazy to me how he goes from the hero of the story, like saving Tariq from being killed, him snorting cocaine when he shouldn't be, just doing all types of just reckless stuff. I just be like, bro, can't just kill him off at this point. At this point, I feel like he might end up having a redemption story, maybe, but right now, he's just annoying the crap out of me, bro. I have never been so annoyed with a character in my life outside of trying to think. I don't think there's really any other character I've been more annoyed with outside of Brayden right now. Well, in the Power universe? At one point, Kane annoyed me. I would say that Kane was annoying me at one point. I can't remember when. I think it was around season 2 and he was just being stupid. And that, I can't really think about who would annoy me. So yeah. Man, what about Davis catching a body though? I was not expecting him to, for one, I didn't expect him to pull out a gun. I'm thinking that he's getting ready to get shot. So when I saw the preview the first time, I'm thinking like, okay, he's trying to protect himself from being shot. But it turns out he ended up killing a normal security guard. And bro looked so shocked when he did that. I was very shocked that he did it. I thought he used to be a gangster for real, or maybe he was. And this was just like one of those moments where he felt like he went back into that life or something. I don't know. But watching how shocked he was, I was like, wow, he is really shook right now. Probably because he realized now his law license is on the line. If somebody finds out that he killed someone, which I can understand, so it makes sense. Let's go ahead and talk about the last 15 minutes of the show. Tariq and Monet have formulated a plan to take out Noma and Carter. Noma and Kane are having their wedding, and the plan is in motion. And my thing with Tariq, I'm like, bro, you think just because you killed these cops, these other cops in the past, that it's just gonna be this easy? When Carter turned around and took that gun out of his hand, he said, you gonna pull a gun out on me in church? Oh yeah, you definitely going to hell. I lost it. And then as soon as Carter found out, that's when he told Noma and Kane was no longer safe. She told bro, she said, you're gonna have to choose, is it me or your mom's? And in that moment, that's when I realized Kane did not know anything of what was going on. So when they tied him up, I was like, it's over for him. But Monet came out there blazing. When they played Tupac Hail Mary, I was like, oh man. Came in there ready to protect her babies, boy. And then when it came down to it, she ended up going out like Cleo, man. Monet went out like a G, bro. Monet is dead. That's crazy. Honestly, when it first happened, I was like, this ain't real. It just didn't feel real when it happened, but like watching her like actually get killed now, I'm like, dang, that's crazy. And then Diana and Drew were there when it happened, and Kane, I feel so bad now. I think I feel worse now versus how I felt when I first watched it. Cause that was just like, dang, R.I.P. Monet. Like, I knew somebody was gonna die, but I didn't think it was gonna be her. Or maybe I did, but I don't. That was just wild to me. I didn't think that was gonna happen like that. R.I.P. Monet. All I know now is Noma finna get it, for real. And then you got Brayden, who had the brightest idea, getting Carter in a car wreck. And now they have tied him up, him and Effie. And it's just like, okay, what are you guys gonna do now? I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't see how this really, that whole story of Carter now looks underwhelming. And now it's like the biggest target I wanna see right now is Noma. So I'm very curious as to like what's gonna happen there. And I know for a fact that this is not the last person that dies. So, yeah. So we got one episode left until the end of Power Book Ghost, man. And I'm excited and I'm also sad because this was such a great show. This was such a great show and I hate to see it go. I hate to see it go. Courtney, I wish you could make more seasons of this because this is just sad, man. This is my favorite show right here. This is definitely my favorite show. I hope it's an hour and 15 minutes maybe and not just an hour. Maybe even an hour and 30 minutes because this is the end of the show right here. So this is gonna be big, you know? So, and I just really pray that the season finale is not underwhelming. Like for real, for real. Like I really hope it's not underwhelming, which I don't think it will be, but hey, we'll see. But that's the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And I'm gonna be back with the season finale review next week. And that is very, very soon. Yes, sir. Drop that beat on them.